Mitrani. I made Sombras Nada Más, Nothing But Shadows, and I am from Columbia University. Sombras Nada Más is a story about a widow who, on the anniversary of her husband's death, the construction next door discovers human remains, and the coincidence of this event stirs her to face her grief. Actually, the chapters came about in the edit. So the script was very different than what you're seeing now. And I think when I was writing the piece, I didn't realize how much of an internal piece I was writing. So when I got to the edit, we started to cater around making it that internal film because I think I overwrote a lot of plot that then got deleted, and we felt at the end that the chapters was a good way to propel the story forward while still keeping this internal theme alive. I think it gave the piece the rhythm that I was always looking for. I remember telling Natalia, my co-editor, I'm so pleasantly surprised by the outcome that it's beyond what I had expected. The music was also decided in the edit. The only song that we had already in mind was the last song, when she's dancing with the dog, but all the other songs came about in the edit because we wanted to tell this love story that was very important to me, and we thought that those love songs were the best way to get that feeling. Well, I had worked with Logan, the DP, on my last film, so we came into this project with a good relationship and an understanding of each other. And when I spoke to him about the themes and showed him the images that were inspiring me, which were very spotlit and the light was very focused on certain things, we started to build a world around that of creating very specific lighting decisions. Well, the opening shot I wrote in the script with the camera movements, and I think that set the tone for the rest of the piece. It was the first image I saw, and we started to build the visual language around that moment. When I was writing the story, I was having a challenge in making his presence when he's absent, and we felt that having the dog was a way to bring him alive, and so that was the reason why the dog was there. And then I also felt like it added to her loneliness once it was in visual form, which was important for me to capture this loneliness, but also feeling acompañada. The original script had 27 scenes, and we shot it in 5 days, so it was very, very, very challenging. We were moving at a much quicker pace than I was used to. And we were shooting in film, so it was a lot of pressure, which I think I worked best under pressure, but I think in this film I was pushed to the limit. Yeah, Natalia and I met each other at Columbia, and we've been working together since the first year. She's one of my greatest and closest collaborators. I would call her my sister. So I think that it was such a blessing to have her in this project because she could read my mind almost. She knew things before I could say them. And when I got to the edit room, I started editing by myself, and I was very frustrated because I think that my expectations were so high. And when I got and saw the footage, I was a little bit disappointed. And she asked if she could join the project, and she saw hope in the footage that I didn't see. So when I first got there, I was like, let's delete this, let's delete that, let's move this here. I was making all these really, really big decisions, and she really insisted on finding the core of the story first before we moved into chapters and before we added songs. And I think that was really important because I was going to lean on those things much sooner and perhaps the film would have been different. But for her, it was important to find this thread between Marisol and Salvador. It's just a very special project to me, and I really hope that you enjoy it. Well, for me, Colombia was really important because before film, I was doing finance. So I came into Colombia not knowing anything about film. So a lot of what I know is from what I learned there, not only through the professors, but my colleagues too. So I owe a lot to them. And I think that I I really appreciated the passion that they had for film. And I think that I had it too, but they showed me a library of things that I didn't know, with passion being like the foundation of it.